Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, playing Quick Draft Crimson Vow. There will be maybe one more before the next set rotates in. I could just not play this one because I'm sick of Crimson Vow, but I like playing Magic, so here we are. We're offered Runo, which I have not been terribly impressed with. There's also like a Magma Pummeler. I think a Skull Scab is probably the pick here, even though every time I go blue-black I get creamed. I dread to wonder what the draft guide thinks of Runo and all this stuff. Am I in the wrong? Oh, that's the wrong tab. It says Runo is okay. And if we look at Skull Scab, it's substantially better. What about Magma Pummeler? Quite not that great. Okay. I mean, I've liked Magma Pummeler when I've drafted it, but you have to like kind of wait for the right deck. I guess Sigardia's Imprisonment is also pretty good as well. Imprisonment, yeah. But not as good as a Skull Scab. I'm going to keep taking it. One of these days I'll play it right. Ooh, Rending Flame, huh? Okay. Well, we don't have to commit to red to blue-black. we can stay open, just take whatever shows up. Ugh. Bleed Dry is great. There's a few options here. I mean, basically they're only blue and black. We could take the Traveler. I think we should do that. These other blue creatures would be playable, but the Traveler is a bigger threat. Another Skull Scab? I mean, we haven't seen much in the way of like zombie synergy stuff. There was that one stitched assistant. It's so hard to say. But nothing else here is very appealing at all, really, right? So, you know, I don't know. Epicure, maybe? But we don't have any reason to go red. Edgar's Awakening is pretty good. Scattered Thoughts is also fine, but I'll take Edgar. Put it over in the 1-drops, please. Right, as long as you have a blood token, I don't know. You can sort of look at Edgar's as being like a spell that costs 2 and consumes a blood token and draws a card and returns a card from your graveyard. But like most of that is just like it's a blood token, right? So I don't know. Anyway, I'll take the Scavenger. By far the best card here. Black is looking great. Still not sure about the second color. Chill of the Grave. I mean, we might have zombies. Not sure yet. The other thing we could do, I mean, there's a couple options, I guess. Undying Malice could be okay. Even Groom's Finery, if we wind up in white somehow, could be all right. But I think I'll just take Chill of the Grave. It's in colors I have and might get more of. Some draw is fine. Gift of Fangs, I guess. Pretty questionable removal, but it's also a buff sometimes. Decent creature. Fine. Red white. He's a 3-mana 3/3. Oh. Okay, so he's just like a 3-mana 3/3 that might make a blood token or two. Probably not very many. Lunar Rejection. Another Rending Flame? I think it would be worth splashing red for these. The Scavenger's okay. But I'll take the Rending Flame. A vampire? No, I don't even want to be in red, right? I mean, like, we could be, but this is not a compelling reason to be in red. It's just like a pretty lame card. I mean, I guess I can just take aim for the head? I don't like it very much, but getting them to just exile 2 cards can be good. Whew. So Whispering Wizard is probably better than either of the black cards. It's a non-creature spell? Yeah. So right now I have a lot of non-creatures. Holy cow, I have a lot of non-creatures. I could cut some of them, like Chill of the Grave, and Cradle of Safety is probably gone anyway. And Edgar's Awakening doesn't really get played, so that doesn't count, but... No, I think Whispering Wizard is great. Oh, there was an Abrade! Okay. Maybe we could have taken that instead. I didn't even see it for some reason. I saw the black cards, and I saw the Whispering Wizard. I think it was fine to take over Abrade. I don't... Yeah, I mean, it says they're pretty close. It likes Abrade a little better, but they're both quite good, so I'm not too bothered about it. I'm just a little annoyed I didn't even notice. This entire pack blows. I could take the Brambleworm. Like, it's not hard to splash for something that costs 7. I think I'll do that. And we might still end up in green. Like, there's not anything really amazing going on in blue or really red. Gluttonous Guest is lovely. Another Skull Scab. All we need now is any other cards that exploit. But, like, what else am I taking here? Nothing, obviously, right? Maybe Sure Strike, but nah. Like, who is passing Skull Scabs but taking all the other exploit cards? Why would you do that? I'll take a counterspell, I guess. Maybe they're just not being opened, of course, but that's not super likely. Yeah, definitely Evolving Wilds over an Alchemist's Retrieval. Some top end, I guess? Serpentine Ambush? I guess. I'm not going to try to run a second green card. Okay, Dreamshackle Geist is great. Could take a 4th Skull Scab, but there's like nothing for them to do. And Dreamshackle Geist is obviously better. Maybe whoever's been passing all the Skull Scabs, maybe this is just going to go all the way around. Could wheel. You never know. Here's a zombie we could exploit. Abrade is the best card here, and we're already thinking of running a little red. This mana base is gonna suck. Cruel Witness, I guess, is the best card here. How much blood generation do I have? Do I want a Ragged Recluse? Not much, I think, right? I have 1 counterspell, a Gluttonous Guest, a Pointed Discussion, and that's it. This is not likely to be very good. I guess a Big Blue Flyer is my best bet. I don't want to take like a 1 mana removal spell in my, like, not a main color. I already have Aim for the Head not in the main deck. Okay, I was like, if I have it, I'm gonna sideboard it, but no, it's already sideboarded. Okay, well. Do I have any way to exile my own cards, by the way? I think I don't, right? I mean, I have Bleed Dry, but that obviously sucks. Brambleworm exiles itself, I guess. And often opponents will exile your cards for you, so like this card could do something. And even if it doesn't, it's like a 5/5. Do I have any life gain? Is it just the... No, I guess I have the farmer as well as the guest. And the scavenger. Maybe I could take a bat. How much draw do I have? 2 pointed discussions. A Scattered Thoughts would be better. But I think I'll take the bat. Man, I have no 2-drops. I guess I take the Storm Chaser Drake just to be like a 2-drop? And a flyer? Do I even have any way to target it with something? No, right? But it's just a 2-mana 2/1 flyer, which is fine. A Blood Fountain? An Heirloom, if I'm running all this garbage. I can cut the Gift of Fangs for sure. Something to do on 2, I guess? The Socialite is a much better card than Vampire's Kiss. But I don't have that much blood generation. Or that much to do on turn 2. And I think I'm like trying to win with flyers, not with a Menace 5/5. I don't know, I'll probably sideboard it anyway. I guess I'm cutting all of these scabs. Like, I just have not hit a single thing. Having done... I mean, okay, I guess the Persistent Specimen would be something, right? If you played the Specimen first, you could play a scab on it once to make 1 token, then play the second scab on it to make 2 tokens. You know, that would be kind of nice, but a little bit optimistic. Maybe just some draw? So right now I have, what, 2 pointed discussions, basically, right? And a few blood tokens. Yeah, maybe I don't want the draw. Maybe I'd rather have, like, removal. Like, instead of a 1-drop, just have a way to, like, try to come back, I guess. I don't think I need a knife. This is a... Yeah, just a 3/3 defender is actually kind of good. Because I'm not playing any cards at the moment, is the problem with this deck. Well, at least I can hold up some counter spells. Actually, no, I don't need 4-drops. We're doing fine if we can make it to... If we can live long enough to play a 4-drop, we're already fairly happy, I think. This is what they call a pile of cards. Doesn't really do anything specific. I agree with 1 forest. Even that might be more than necessary. But it's nice to have something for wilds to hit. Mana cost is 3.4. Oh my lord. Okay, Chill of the Grave sucks now that I have like 0 zombies. 1 zombie. What zombie did I keep? The Scavenger. Sure. I guess. This seems ill-fated. I wound up with a little bit of removal though, right? Like I have Bleed Dry, and I have the 2 Rending Flames, and a Sure Strike and an Abrade. Okay. Yeah, this is a deck, all right. There are 40 cards in it. Is the polite way of putting it. I don't know. Maybe it might even be good. This is the kind of deck where I can't tell for sure. It's gonna like lose to every aggro deck, but maybe we run into those, and then I have like a kind of okay game plan. Could I articulate that game plan? No, it's rude of you to ask. Play things, remove things, hit them with flyers, hope something good happens. In fairness, the average mana cost was also thinking of yours. Oh, come on. I can't draw an island? This is going to have to do, though. I have a 3-drop. It was thinking of Edgar's Awakening as if it were a 5-mana spell, but actually it's like a 1-mana spell. Sort of. Or a 2-mana spell, depending on how you look at it. Let's let him think I might have a Braid, but actually I don't. Oh my god. Opponent's on 4 mana already. What the hell is this? Well, at least I can play the Traveler. Ah! Okay, I'm bleeding that dry, I think, right? Rather than playing the Traveler at the moment. It shuts off the Wolf for now, and it also means this thing's going to stop attacking me. Still, they got a good deal. Their 4-drop traded for my 4-drop and also 4 life. That's fine-ish. I mean, it's bad, but could be worse. Pointed discussion and then sure strike the wolf? Probably should have not played a land yet, just in case I had drawn an island or something, but I think I wanted to not play that any... Yeah, I should have... Right. If I'd drawn an island, I would prefer to play it instead of the swamp, even though I'm not using any blue mana. Because then I would be closer to hitting double island. Double blue, sure. But I didn't hit an island, so not punished. The fact that they didn't attack with the 1-2 suggests they have no combat tricks. Which, I mean, I have to make this play, but I'm more optimistic that it might work. Maybe they just have a Wolf Strike, though, and didn't want to use it to get through with the 1-2. Massive might. Okay. At least I gained 5 life. Five mana, 6 mana. I could have 7, so I guess I can get out the Traveler. It's not going to do much, but it can stop 1 damage. And then presumably flip? Question mark? I guess I'm dead. I mean, I was pretty dead anyway. Ha! Nice. We're not going to draw an answer, obviously. Screw you, Pyre Spawn. So, not drawing an island definitely hurt there, and that's part of what I get for running a deck with so many colors. But also, just like, opponent curved out quite well, and the bigger problem was I didn't have, like, cheap cards. I eventually had a 3-mana 2-2. Not that impressive, huh? This is good. I can play the guest. I have my 2 main colors, and I have heirloom and some removal. I guess I'll play the island first, because I might need double blue on 3, but I can... I don't know. I don't think it's going to matter much. I'm probably going to play a swamp and run this out, but you never know. I think I play the heirloom, right? So that a braid turns on? No, because next turn I can play a braid and a land. Yeah, so it curves out better if I don't do that. A braid and a land, and that would let me play this and still... Sorry. It'll let me play this and have a braid open because I've played a land. I don't know. But I also might want bleed dry? Probably not, right? Not at this stage. They're going to say, no way this idiot has red cards. I can safely run out my 5-3 or whatever. I don't think there are any of those in the format. But then I'd be like, bam, a braid. Got him. Take that. No. Actually drew a red land. I don't know that I even want that. I kind of have enough mana for everything I want to do right now, don't I? Oh, Sure Strike. That's one card I can target this with. Don't want to do that now. But it's an option. I don't need double red for anything, so since I have the heirloom, I can just... Oh, look at that. Okay. Nice draw. We hope for no braids, of course, but red-black could easily have some. It would embarrass me. But, you know, it means they're not, like, abrading something else. Honestly, if they can't answer this, it's, like, practically game over, I think. Because I just have so much removal. Okay. It's in my graveyard, so I can get it back someday. Oh, never mind. I think it's by far better to play the Cruel Witness than it is to remove this immediately. It develops like more damage threat and means that when I play these, I'll get to scry. And I don't really care about that 2-3. I don't care about attacking with ground creatures, and I hope I don't care about taking damage on the ground. I don't think I have to kill any of that urgently. So I'm just going to run out the Whispering Wizard. And attack for 5. Well, a lot of stuff is going to happen if we ever cast these spells, but so far I haven't felt the need to. At some point I'd like to abrade this, I'd like to bleed dry something, although maybe not their 2-4. Sure Strike for damage is also not out of the question. Betrayal! I agree you don't want to use it right now, but that's quite a card to see. Okay. I think you should attack with the 2/4 at least, so that I have like a decision about whether to block with it. To block, like you might have Bolt. Apparently they don't, but they might have had it. Yeah, let's blow up the 2/3, I think? I don't know, how much do I even care about that? Well, I want to play some damage spell this turn, and the 2/3 is kind of annoying. It's the hardest to block of their creatures. I don't know, like I have 2-turn lethal anyway. What do I care about this 2/3, right? Just attack with everything, keep mana to remove whatever they play next turn, and then win. Oh, I did make it night, I guess. That's fine, though. They can't kill me with this. If I let in... Okay, fine. First strike damage is fine. If I let in 6, are they going to be able to play 4 instants or sorceries or 4 non-creature spells? I mean, almost certainly not, but maybe. I think we just let this go. Right, they could have like Reckless Impulse into, you know, 3 spells that are 1 or 2 mana each, and then I could die. Okay, that resolves. This is why we kept our powder dry. No point removing their little stuff when we could save mana to kill that, which was gonna, like, stop me from winning the game. Okay, I'm really glad that that turned out the way it did, right? It was a perfect example of, like, not... Of you know, when you're behind, look for the only way you can win. When you're ahead, look for the only way you can lose. And in this case, I could lose if they played some huge threat that could block flyers or kill them or something. I didn't think specifically about Dreadfeast Demon. I was just like, look, this bleed dry is my win condition, and it kind of has to be played this turn, because next turn I need the mana to sure strike my flyer, and I guess I could play both, barely. But, just like, you know, don't commit something you don't have to do. Oh, by the way, it's nice that Arena has some pretty good smarts, I think, about like when it auto passes for you. You know, we've talked about some things that it, like, normally you're assumed to be willing to pass in response to your own spells. You don't counter your own spells or whatever. So if one of an ability or spell controlled by you is on top of the stack, Arena doesn't even ask you to pass usually. You can turn on full control or put in a stop and then it will. And that works pretty well, right? Most of the time, you don't need to respond to your own stuff. Sometimes you do, and you can like put on full control, but for a lot of the things you want to respond to, Arena's like, okay, do you want to respond to this? I know you didn't ask for full control, but this is the kind of thing players often want to respond to. Like when there was that thing that said, you can, there's in Strixhaven, there was a legendary red-blue creature that said you could pay 2 mana. Do I want this hand? It's a little scary as player 1. I guess I'll keep it. It's no, I can't. My deck is so slow, and if I miss any lands as well, it's really bad. This is worse. And a 5-mana hand just like loses. Okay, at least I have bleed dry. Anyway, there was a red-blue legendary creature, Ruka or something like that. Rutha, I think. That you could pay 2 mana and copy a spell that you control on the stack. And obviously that's the kind of card where if you have that in play and you play a spell, you may want to respond to it, right? And Arena knows that, and it like doesn't auto-pass for you in response to your own spells when you have a Ruth on. And it does the same thing here about like usually you're assumed to be willing to pass to the end step of opponent's turn because there's not much point doing stuff in their main when you can do it in their end. But for some cards there is, and apparently, like I noticed again in Strixhaven there was what was that card? It was about an closing statement or something. That oh, I guess I've been playing this, huh? Whoops, maybe shouldn't have played the Evolving Wilds yet. That Arena says, oh, you know, yeah, you're in your end step, but you're at the end of your. When you pass to the end of your turn, it doesn't automatically pass through your end step because you might want to play that card in your end, for example. And in this case, apparently, when your opponent has a Dreadfeast Demon, it thinks, oh, you know what, you might not want to pass here. You might want to kill it before the thing can double itself. And they were right. That's what I wanted to do. So thanks, Arena. It's not always perfect. There have been like passes where I've been like, I really didn't want to pass there. But it does a surprisingly good job about like keeping the game moving quickly without being too erroneously horrible. We want to draw the land before we use the blood token. So give me a swamp, please. I guess I could have played it in the other order, and then like if I had drawn a swamp, I could have fished for an island, because I do need double blue eventually. But I knew I needed double black right now, and I wanted to decrease the odds that I draw a land, right? So you fetch a land first, and then you draw a card. Then there's fewer lands when you're drawing. I don't want to play the removal now. I want to play it on their turn because I don't want them to have mana to counter it for free. I want in their upkeep to kill this thing. Before they draw a card, but after they untap is the idea. Oh, okay. Well, now I don't need that stop. They tapped themselves out, so then it became safer to do it at the end of my turn. Oh, I removed the stop before we passed into their upkeep. Sorry, not sure why. Sorry, opponent. Not that it's a huge deal, but I don't know. I thought I definitely did remove the stop, but it stopped anyway. I guess I didn't remove it at the right time. You can't remove the wizard with that. What are you removing, a flyer or a 3/3? Okay. That's not so bad. Only 1 mana shy of Brambleworm, huh? That's pretty cool. And the Gluttonous Guest is stupendous right now. Because they have all these tiny creatures that I don't really want to block with a 3/2 in case they come up with a combat trick. They didn't have one a minute ago, but they could have one now. You... Okay, so this is just like scry, draw 1, basically? And you can put Imprisonment back in your deck, that's cool. I don't know why it says target player. When would you ever aim this at an opponent? Shuffle lands into their deck? Or something? You're actually going to exile the guest, huh? It's a bit of a surprise. I'm very happy about it. Yeah, I guess it's a 3-drop. That's the biggest thing you're allowed to exile. Brambleworm comes down when they're tapped out, so I don't have to worry about counters. Did they shuffle Imprisonment back in? They didn't! What? Why not? Okay. Well, good for you. Sure, yeah, tap the others, leave this one untapped, I agree. Just in case I'm stupid enough to block. I'm actually going to leave Brambleworm in the graveyard so I can fish it back up with one of my 2 graveyard recursion cards. Okay, found one. Now I just need a blood token. Oh, or I could just play this. That'd be kind of cool, huh? I'd rather play it at a time when they're tapped out, though, if possible. I think I can afford to be patient here. Okay. Okay. It's a 4/4 that turns into a thing that, like, makes 4/4s. Okay, now it's not impossible for them to counterspell me, but it's not likely on 2 mana. They'd have to have specifically Geistlight Snare, or I guess Syncopate would do if I don't draw any more lands. If I do draw one, I'm probably playing it, I think. Or no, because this only costs 5, not 7. I have 7 mana. I want to play a 5 and a 3. I guess I should have played it in the other order, maybe? So that this one, the one I really care about, can't be countered? But I played the one they knew first. I don't know if that was a good decision or what. Okay, it all resolves. Fantastic. I don't know what to do here. Tap down the 4/4? It just untaps next turn. I think keep the... I mean, I get in some damage, though. It stops them from sacrificing this, which I don't know if that really matters. Let's just keep the 2/5 tapped. Who cares about this 2/5? Are you kidding me? Let's just get in a little damage. They can trade their 1/1 for one of mine. It's fine. I can't really stop them from doing that eventually. Oh, they don't want to. That's interesting. Nice. You can exile my 3/1 now. So what happens if I attack with Brambleworm? How do they put together 4 damage? The 2 1/1s and one of the 2-power things? Or actually maybe just both of the 2-power things. Then they have a combined 4/8, which Brambleworm trades for one of the 2 of them. It's pretty horrible. So I guess we just do nothing. Yeah, I mean, that was a great bounce. Okay. Rending Flame on her, right? It's a spirit, so they take face damage as well. I feel like you should have made that block earlier. You would have taken 1 less damage. So I feel like, you know, oh wow. The Dorothy second half is going to do nothing. That's why they haven't played it, I guess. They can't attack. Anything they attack, I just block, and then the 4/4 dies. And Brambleworm, once again, holding down the fort. They're going to attack with the 2/3, probably. No? It's a little surprising. I was going to Rending Flame it. I thought they would want to gain some life. I guess not. I could have... Well, whatever. I'm going to save the Rending Flame for in case they have something that stops me from winning. I'm not going to use it to try to win faster. I'm going to save the bat in case they totally wipe my board and I get something with life gain. Oh, you were supposed to do this at the end of your turn instead of at the end of mine, so that this would transform. Not that it super matters. No. Again, I don't need to do this. They can gain some life. Feel free. I'm saving this for, like... I don't know. They might have something weird in hand, right? I just... There's no need to rush. Maybe I could have played the bat. I don't know. 3... I mean, 9, right? So... I could play one more land to be able to play all of these if I want. It has lifelink. Well, I don't want that. This, I don't know. Maybe this is silly. If the spell resolves, shooting it here would have killed them. So, like, why shoot it here? Good question. It's just bad. I should have shot the 2-5. I probably should have just killed them earlier, but I don't know. They, like, could have had a counterspell and then some stuff that would make me really sad somehow. Like, I don't know, some big board clear maybe? Invitation only they could have had? But I guess that's a sorcery, so if I had a chance to try to play... Well, they could have counterspelled it and then played by invitation only, exiling all creatures, right? And so I wanted to save the Rending Flame in case I needed something. Again, I don't know if it was right, but that was the idea, was... It looks like I'm winning without playing Rending Flame. I don't think speeding it up is going to increase my odds of winning. Let's just keep some resources in case, like, something happens where I actually need Rending Flame. It gives opponent time to draw answers, which they kind of did. But then the Rending Flame worked, right? I have an answer to their answer. But I definitely did shoot it at the wrong thing there. Should have shot it at the Spirit. This is fine. I don't have any black, which is a bit of a problem, but I have the Heirloom. Any hand with the Heirloom is probably a keep. Ooh, they have an actual 1-mana blue spell. Why run out red first? I guess because I have a red card. Sure. But I might want to have like blue, blue, black, which means I need to start with blue. I don't know. I don't think that's really realistic. Heirloom first, right? It kind of has to be because there's no proactive plays I can make without black mana. Right, I could Rending Flame, but I don't want to. The ultra greedy play would be to do nothing, and then on 4 play this, and then 5 play this and get a 1/1 flyer? That's insanely greedy. Ooh, blow up the 1/1. Well, it's not as good as it... I was thinking it's kind of good because it means that, like, then when they try to enchant something, I can Rending Flame it, but it flips this guy, which I think is pretty good for them. Oh no, they have another. Are they gonna... I think they might try to make the 4/3 a flyer? So let's put down something that threatens to block it so that they have a reason to make it fly. I think the better play would be to make the 3/2 a flyer, so they don't concentrate all their value in one place. But I might be wrong. Certainly I hope it's not what they do. I hope they buff the 4/3 into a 5/4 and then I can blow it up and get rid of most of their threats all at once. Okay. I mean, that's bad. Okay, they did do that, so we have a shot, I think. Or am I just dead to 4 damage next turn? Not quite. I have 6 mana, so I could play Pointed Discussion, but that's obviously no good. Instead, I will play my Lifelinker. Wait, I thought I was only at 1 life. That's why I said Pointed Discussion was no good. Oh, because I was assuming they had attacked for 4 already, but they hadn't. No blocks at the moment. Right? Well, it turns this into a 4/3, which is pretty sick. it means this can become a flyer, which is a problem, but I don't know how big a problem it is. Like, as soon as I get another mana, I can play Brambleworm. And this is life. I love life. If they counter Brambleworm, I can pretty much concede, I think. Okay. But I still have to play it. I can't, like... Well... Let's attack with the 4-3 first. Actually, let's attack with all. They're not blocking, obviously. If they, like, block and Serpentine Ambush, I'm happy enough, I guess. Okay, Brambleworm sticks. We're in it with a shot. Back up from 5 to 14 in the course of one turn. And opponent chooses to do nothing. Pretty good. I will play this. If they counter it, it's like kind of sad, but I have another. And even so, I get a 1-1. I want to play that, right? And then play... Well, I can play this guy anyway, I guess. So maybe not. No, I don't know. I like mana. Now I tap them. And swing with everything? For 14? Because I think they would be willing to block the 4-3 lifelink at this point, but I don't want to allow it. Wow! Oh my gosh. Oh no. I lose the game. It just eats the Brambleworm. That's horrible. I don't know. I guess I could maybe exile that in some universe. But it would have to be really, like... I would have to get very lucky. Bounce my 4-3 probably? Maybe my 3-1? Okay. If they have like any instant in hand, I pretty much lose because it's a counterspell, but they don't have any. So Bleed Dry is an out. Barely. Might even not be that. Well, blocking 7 is the best you're ever going to get to do, kiddo. A Braid? Does not do it. Hope I draw a Swamp and Bleed Dry now? It's a very specific ask. Got the Swamp. I have 6 mana? I guess I play out both of the cards they already know I have then? I don't know if they should even attack with the 4-3. If they have a spell they can play, then sure. Although, because you could... Yeah, another non-instant... They're really dying for an instant speed spell. Because that's their win condition, is to make sure that the whole Break Your Horror doesn't get... get killed? Get destroyed permanently with exile? Yeah, I can't block this. I don't really have a good way to make my 2/2 flip, so I guess I just kill this thing and gain a little life. Still nothing. Okay. Let's dig. That's a death touch. It's almost something. At least if they bounce the death toucher, I'm gaining life. I guess it should be the actual 3/3 flyer. So it threatens to trade for the 4/3. Or this 5/4/3, either 4/3. But the wizard is what I would block the lifelinker with. Again, if they ever draw an instant, I lose. Actually, I should have tapped down the 4/3 now that I look at it. Uh-oh. Syncopate. Chill of the Grave. Those are win conditions. Sack the lifelinker? Sack nothing! Are you insane? The only way you can lose is if I get rid of that. And an instant is your, like, get out of jail free card, right? Especially, I guess, a counterspell, right? Because an instant, it does go back to my hand. If I had 4 black mana, I could play the same bleed dry again. Here's the text on this guy. Right, return a spell or not. Yeah, you can return a spell to its owner's hand. I cannot believe this 4/3 is so much worse than a syncopate. I mean, I guess I just play this to bring out the Brambleworm again, right? I have 9 mana, so... Is there any reason I should attack? No, right? Can you imagine if you had a counterspell to that? What? Unbelievable. Okay. So I think I can abrade their lifelinker reasonably well here. And then play this, and I still have the heirloom open. Got him! Your one big blue dude is not good enough for my one little blue dude. Also, my big brain play versus your little brain play. Sorry, buddy. You threw that one. Well, did they? Like, I think it was wrong to not redraw the syncopate, but if they had the syncopate, I think I might have been okay anyway. No, they had enough mana. Like, if they wanted me to not land the Brambleworm or something, well, they could have just countered that if they had the syncopate, and then I wouldn't get the Brambleworm. Was the Brambleworm the biggest problem? I mean, I had some flyers they couldn't deal with as well. I think it was a huge mistake to attack with the 4/3 into my 3/3 flyer. Because of, like, Whispering Wizard, right? Because once the skies are clear, all I have to do is, like, keep casting instants. Obviously, the Dream Shackle Geist was amazing. Chief No Shoes. Chief Nose Hose? Who knows? This is a great hand. I have a 2-drop and, well, no 3s, but I do have 2 2s, and then some good 4s, assuming I can draw, eventually, a 4th land. But I'm on the draw, so odds are looking good for getting a 4th land by turn 4. There you go. I guess since we're playing blue cards first, I should start with blue. Not that it really matters, but, like, I could conceivably play double blue and then not let them know my second color until turn 3. I don't think this matters very much. And we open with the flyer, right? I'm not going to play double. I want to be able to get to double black by turn 4, and I also want to be able to throw in red on the way if I want. I can't need double blue on turn 3 anymore, so yeah. Yeah, because if I play this, whatever I play, they're just going to gain 1 life every turn. This way I can take away 2 life. It's a little easier to remove, a little more tempting to remove, you know. But I think that on average, this is a much better creature to have out right now. I guess if I played this one, they do have the option to attack, and we could be trading 1 life for 2 life, but either way, I'm attacking them for 2 instead of 0. And they're either gaining 1 life or dealing 1 damage, their choice. If I really wanted to stop them dealing damage, I could have played this, but I didn't care that much. I've honestly never seen somebody in Limited play a Hullbreaker Horror and then lose the game. Especially when you flash it in and kill a Brambleworm with it. Like, I must be the greatest player on the planet, is the only conclusion I can draw here. Obviously, this is a bit tongue-in-cheek, right? Oh, opponent's only on 2 lands. Noteworthy. What are they going to do with their 2 mana here? Something, apparently. I don't know. Maybe nothing. They could just be like, the game is holding... Wait. You only have 2 lands, but you didn't use a blood token to dump a spell to try and find a 3rd land? Why not? All 5 of your spells are insanely good, but also you think you might be able to cast them soon? Seems hard to believe. I think it's just a mistake. Rage quit? Opponent doesn't even have any timeouts. It's so early in the game. Well, I guess I'll pause/cut here, and I'll get back to you if opponent ever plays something. Opponent is back. They re-arrived in the middle of combat on their turn, or their first main. Okay. They almost timed out a second time, but apparently not. Now they're going to go digging for lands. Sure, but why not last turn? You didn't time out on your own last turn, right? So you... I don't know. Let's run out this blue. swing with everything, and then play a Traveler. And we're definitely in the driver's seat here. Hey, they found a land, but it's a tap land. Oh no. Well, at least they found their third color. I think you might want to sack here. Because a 5/3 flyer is really quite bad for you. Okay, guess not. Yeah, I think drawing is fine. Let's play this, because I won't want to use any red mana next turn. Even if I draw red, I won't want to play it. So I want to tap the green, the mana I'm sure I won't use. Yeah, see, I drew a mountain, and I still don't want to... I don't need to play it. That's why playing the green was right. I mean, okay. I could have... Like, there were lots of ways I could have tapped that would have worked out, but I think this was the best. This is not really the right matchup for a 3/3 defender, right? I have lethal on board, but sure, it's a creature. I would have welcomed drawing it in some other games, just not this one. So, we have 9 in the air, they're tapped out, we bleed the string dry, and we show them the 4th land just for flair. Panache, and then we kill them. Inexplicably at 4/1. I mean, I don't know. It's not inexplicable. The deck is not bad. Like I said at the beginning, I wasn't sure if it was good. It's good as long as it makes it to, like, turn 5. Right, that guy who ran all over us with the 4/3 werewolf ballista watcher. I mean, that was the guy who curved out like crazy, right? Wait, what was it? What game did I mulligan down to 5? Was it the Brambleworm versus Hullbreaker Horror guy? It was, right? And I won that? It's kind of unbelievable. Anyway, this hand absolutely stinks. I could hope to draw a swamp, but it's not that good even if I do. Fine, great, amazing. There's nothing to return. I want it all. Siphon Essence can go, I guess. You know, it's a little optimistic to keep the Dream Shacklegeist, but I do, you know, it's one of the best cards in the deck. I should try to play it. Oh, okay. I've got one of those. Could use another land, though. Yeah, these double costs, not this one, because we're not going to play that, obviously, but are sort of costing me. Well, nope, because no matter what colors they cost, I couldn't use them. I could Rending Flame the 3/3 and attack with the 2/2. I don't think that's very good, so I will not do it. I want to Rending Flame whatever they play that like might win them the game, and this 3/3 ain't it. I'm not in a position to race, right? Another one. Wow. Where's the wow button? This is vindicating me, by the way. Now I would be like, oh yeah, play Rending Flame to like do 2 damage and gain 2 life. No thanks. This sucks. A forest would help a little, but I want, you know, a mountain. Oh, sorry, a swamp or an island. Okay. I mean, shoot. I think it's more important to keep open a counterspell than it is to play something, to play Rending Flame on these guys. So I have to discard something, and I guess it's like the monstrosity is just so far from being useful. Fine. It's not an amazing counterspell, but it gets me a blood token. It uses my mana usefully. And it is actually amazing, because they probably would have had a way to sack it and turn it into a 4/4, which would be a problem for me. Okay, Swamp. That's what we're looking for. Oh, I just realized. I can use this to put the monstrosity into play at some point. I don't need 6 UU. I can spend 3 BB. Okay. It is a 5/5, which is not like the best thing. Because they have these 3/3s on board? Oh, what? Okay, sure. Just gonna draw a card. Fine. Yeah, there's a demon. That's what I was kind of hoping to counterspell. I wonder if they chose to like wait that out on purpose, or... I mean, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about it. I can exile one of them. I was thinking, like, they're spending so long building up to like 7 mana. Could they have a Dreadfeast Demon? They could. But not much I can do about it. I guess I can... I could shoot this so it doesn't turn into a demon. Yeah, seems like the best thing I can do, and then lose, right? I could bleed dry one of the demons, but getting one of them doesn't really help. Make sure we're stopping in their main, just in case. As we discussed before, Arena apparently is smart enough to not pass into their end for free. Oh, I maybe could have done this before combat so that I could block a 6, but I can always do that later, right? And it turns out I wanted to Rending Flame to 3/3 anyway. So I was wrong to, like, not Rending Flame it earlier. If I had, I maybe could have had the mana open to counterspell or bleed dry or something. But I mean, opponent did a good job by, like, baiting out my whatever I had. And then, you know, whether it was counterspell or removal, waited until I was tapped out. They had 7 mana. They still waited for me to be tapped out before they played this. Okay. I mean, I guess I can put Brambleworm onto the field now. Doesn't really do enough. I need to bleed dry both of them, which is impossible. But if they're foolish enough to play no creatures and then attack with one, then I can bleed dry the other. Does not seem likely. Yep, makes sense. Okay, it's a second blue. I like that, I think. This is 7 mana, so I can kill one of them and then put out a Geist to stop the other one from attacking. All I need is for them to never play a creature, and then I'll actually be in good shape. Or a removal spell. Unlucky, they have a creature. A spell, really. Any spell would be good enough. Yeah, now I'm dead. I was dead a while ago, but they hit a run of dry cards that made it look like I might not be. I'm actually, like, not super far from killing them, I guess. If I tap the 6/6... Right? Swing for 7? They probably... Well, do they block here? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I want to work on killing them, not on staying alive. So, I'm going to tap this. Attack with this as well. I actually have enough life with the Brambleworm coming back that they can't afford to attack with both. And this is trading my 4/3 for a 6/6 flyer if they block, so I guess it's fine. But if they attack with one Bramble, or I don't have any green. Oh, I am kind of dead then, huh? Wrong one? If you hit this one, it was GG when you attacked? Hello? I mean, attacking with one is the way to go, but you should have just killed my 2/1, and then the other creature was tapped. It couldn't block. You could kill me. I thought I could play the Brambleworm, or not play, but exile it. Okay. Well, we're dead. Oh, I bled it dry. It's not in here. I was going to exile the Dreadfeast Demon. Hang on. I'm not dead. If I hold this back... Again, missing lethal for no obvious reason. Oh no, that in that case it could only aim at the little dude, the ground creature, the zombie. You guys keep doing some weird, like some blue stuff gets on, like it's this thing flickers, like it's not properly. I don't know. All right, well, I'll see you later. I held out for as long as I could, but despite opponents' bad plays in the late game, when they were clearly winning, I think they did well to get the Dreadfeast Demon out at the right time. I don't know. I mean, I had a pretty unlucky opening draw, but... like... I think at some point I was going to have to... leave counterspell not available. You don't play the 3-mana handicap all game just in case your opponent has Dreadfeast Demon. Now, in some like constructed decks, yes, you do that. But in limited, like when I'm so far behind on board, I needed to put some stuff down. I have all the colors. I even have extras. I have 2 of every color. Okay. I don't have any spells. I have 2 removal spells, obviously, but... I will abrade this if they make it a 3/3. I don't mind. Okay, they're not going to, so I'll abrade their 3-drop instead. What? Okay, they're holding up mana to blow up whatever I play, I guess? So I'm just gonna run this out. I guess if they abrade it, oh well? I don't think they're going to, even if they can. Okay, great. Heirloom trades for a braid. I'm thrilled. The braid usually kills like powerful creatures. Ooh. This I do not like. If I don't abrade this now, I might never get a chance. It'll have too many counters. And the ability to buff it. But I guess I could Rending Flame it instead? How important is it to get the back down? I mean, it seems pretty good. Okay, I mean, I wish I had that heirloom back so I could shoot both of these, right? But I guess now I can just abrade this, right? Maybe? No, I abrade this one, because Rending Flame will always work here. Come on. Alright, well, we're going to lose this game then. 4-3. This is way too much. Apparently they were right to abrade my heirloom. I didn't think so. But it's like I've wanted double red twice already. I guess I could have waited until they tried to put a counter on that or something. Doesn't really matter, I'm dead anyway. Okay, well. Just too slow a start here. Which is kind of surprising, honestly. Like, I had a lot of removal. I guess it was kind of like a color problem, even though I had red, having only one was a problem. I don't know. Okay, well, we had some fun games for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.